Blink is your Blink. Welcome to our show. Because doing well, for having a wonderful day. Welcome to a short part of the tower. Sadly, we're kind of busy, so I have some clips to upload. Then we have to take a shower, and that is pretty much my day. So let's get right into it. It's still good because I'll be able to do some quests. I'll be able to do some, everything actually. Everything actually. So without further ado, let's go. Sweet child of mine. People be active, dude. What ways does it make a difference? I didn't notice much of a change. Good. Oh, good.
This green one was the best one. The green one? It had refried beans, cheese, and Dr. Pepper hot sauce. It's spicy, not in. And you got the sweetness of Dr. Pepper. Anybody gonna eat this other half? Go ahead. You don't need it for your baby? No. For Nevaeh? No, she's good. Nevaeh. So sweet. I can't wait to meet her. And also, I think when she's born, and you look at her, you're gonna say, you don't know who that. I think it'll be easier to narrow it down.
You know, we do dates, but it's hard because it's double the month. I still book now some days, so it's like morning roll over tonight. They wake up there, you got date plans, but even like, how can you keep up? You know, it's appointments, and it blends.
Lot blends. The days blend. How can you keep up? They expect too much out of us.
Why can't we just let them all?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, hey, you just completed your first month.
Oh shit!
You completed your first month. And I will say this, you did good. She did really good. You guys, let us know where you want us to eat next, okay? And just a little, put feelers out there. The cruise is 80% sold. Oh, man. So, Timmy, I will miss the cruise. Don't miss it. Okay? We'll see y'all there. TammySponsorsBarty.com. And what else going on? What y'all say?
Well, Sapphire's gonna be there.
Sapphire's going on the cruise. And,
what about Nevaeh? Nevaeh's gonna be there.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Nevaeh's gonna be there too. And, yeah. Love you guys. We didn't do a thumbnail. We gotta do a thumbnail. I cannot believe we almost forgot this first one. Okay. You're gonna hold something up. And you gotta get a little closer. And then, see, if we do this, people are not gonna take on the thumbnail. But if you do something like this, and go, then people are gonna scroll and go, whoa, what's going on in that car? Yes. Ready? Perfect. Got it. It's called, clickbait. Yeah, people are gonna think, what's going on in that car? But really, we're just tricking and clicking. So, and it works. Yeah, it works. So, hey, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here on our mukbang. Food, I would say 6 out of 10. It would be better sauce. Something like that.
Probably we're eating it in the restaurant.
Yeah. So, love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
After an extra week, it wasn't hard for Cora to convince Gemma her favorite food wasn't pasta. You were made to eat outside the box. We were made to help our members save.
Cook up mukbang, why not?
Hey guys, Danny here. I got my cousin Crystal with me. Hey Crystal. And hey, guess what? We're in Nashville, as Crystal likes to say. Nashville. And guess what? We're at Cookout. Okay, apparently this is a Nashville thing. I think well, it's not. How you doing? I'm pretty good. Hey, can you give me 1 minute? Thank you. It's not a Nashville thing, but it's like a certain state had it kind of thing. I didn't hear once. Have you been here before?
I think maybe once or twice.
Okay. They got a little everything. So, what do you want? Let's see here. What do you get a tray?
A tray.
You get things on it. You get like a burger, corn dog, BLT, quesadilla, double.
Oh, what is that?
I'm gonna get a. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna get a junior tray or a tray. Oh no, I'm ready when you are. remember everything comes with it. So you have to get. Yeah, can I get one of those trays? How many things does it come with?
Main item started.
Okay. Let me get quesadilla. Let's do a chicken wrap and a corn dog. Can I get a Coke with that? And I'm gonna get a few more things here. Can I also get a walking taco? And a jalapeno? Okay, that's fine. Just a walking taco. And go ahead and give me a ranch wrap. Yep.
And I want to trade with cheeseburger
I'll take another tray with a cheeseburger,
and coleslaw
coleslaw,
and onion rings.
and onion rings
Large Coke
with a large Coke.
and a peach shake.
Ooh. And a peach shake. Can I also get a red cherry shake? Jesus.
Did you get my large Coke?
Yeah, you got 2 large Cokes on that order? Okay. Anything else?
I think that's sufficient.
And I think that do it. Thank you. $30. Well, for these people behind them.
Put this in one lane.
Well, they got two lines of people merging. And you know when it comes to food and like get your food first, people fight over this shit. People will card ding you, cut you out, flip you off. People take this serious because they want to get their order first.
And the thing is, everybody's gonna get their food.
Right.
Nobody will be let down.
No. And I'm usually the one doing the card digging. But I'm gonna get up there. If they don't let me in, that's when I'm off. Anyway, hey, you guys asked a bunch of good questions on Instagram. And we got let's go ahead and answer one. Crystal, I can't wait till you tell the story. Someone asked this and I said, okay. Tammy, Crystal, did you ever get caught playing with yourself? Tell us a story. She caught me once. She caught me once. She did.
People don't get upset about this because it involves the church. But the church was that was there was a revival, traveling revival. You know, where they set up a tent, go there for a week, right? So I went up there because I started seeing all these men that I'd never seen before. Hot men. Hot like a carny of the what's it, what did I say?
The revival.
Carny,
Yeah.
revival carnies, right?
We have them here.
So they have an area that's called the refreshment area where they have cookies, sodas, and everything. Sometimes fun things. They had like a little, all the seating was benches. So Tammy's sitting there on that bench, and the preacher's up there just giving the gospel. Give to the Lord, give him what you want, he will come into you, he will feel his spirit. And she got excited, right? Because you're talking about, somebody coming into you.
That's what they say. I hear a man say, let it come into you. And I went.
Well, I'm in the third pew from the front because I was really into it, because it's summertime.
She's a good Christian lady.
I'm a Christian woman. And all of a sudden I hear this, the loudest sit down. I thought it was a livestock creature.
Yeah, and other people afterwards told me they thought the same thing.
And I looked back, and her head's just a thrashing. Not in church. Not in
And
church.
I should go to the car. I know that now. But go ahead.
But like I said, it was a trailer church, so it's okay, it's outdoors.
Yeah.
She's back there at the refreshment stand on the pew, rubbing it out.
Yeah. I was hiding behind the table half my body, so I wasn't completely all the way open. I was, had a little bit of dignity.
But she was thrashing. And then, everybody starts looking back. The preacher comes around over. I said, listen, this is a statue. She got the Lord's side. I heard she's speaking in tongues and carrying on. And he said, let this child be a witness to the Lord. And she's still going at it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, look at her, she's feeling the Lord. She opened her mouth.
I was coming. This was what was happening. I was coming.
So she was caught, but not caught.
I was caught. People knew what I was doing, but yeah, that was probably the biggest caught. That was the most people watching, But
It really inspired some people, though.
Yeah.
And then all people, like, they start talking, speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
They were mistaken it because they see you making such a spectacle or whatever.
yeah,
That was a good song, though. All them men that came through town. It was really nice.
yeah. How old was I? I wasn't too. I wasn't. What? Was this at high school, maybe? I can't remember.
It might have been. I can't remember because, we had something come through every summer.
Hey, look, my purse. How you doing? Go ahead, Crystal.
1991.
90? 30. How much? 30.
Oh, Jesus.
She heard 90. I said, there ain't no way it was $90. Yeah, that's me.
And all that she said.
That's me. How you doing? You sure can. Let's do it.
A picture. Anytime I take a picture of her.
You got it? Hell yeah, I look good now. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Love you.
Why don't you want my picture?
I don't think you can see it, Crystal. My tits are covering up half the fucking car. I couldn't even see behind me. Here you go.
I mean, he opened it up and we want to take a picture.
You want me to ask him if he wants a picture with
He
you?
asked me, and if you don't know who I am, tell him. You'll see.
Okay, I'll tell him right now. Hey, does he want to get a picture with her? Okay.
I thought it was going to come on the tray.
Is that it? I thought we were more.
I thought it was going to come on the tray.
Hey, you want to get a picture?
You don't want your picture with me?
Want a picture of her?
Like I said, why not?
Get her in there. Ready? There we go. Thank you.
It would have been mixed up for me not got a picture. Hey, can they work?
I'm gonna ask her. I thought I came to trade. Those are smell
They
good.
really do.
They smell good.
You know, we got Doritos.
That's my walkie-talkie. It's gotta be.
Hey, the bag is open.
Hey, does our meal come with the tray? We thought it came with the tray. No, it just comes in a bag.
We ordered 2.
I'm fucking with you, honeys. Is that everything? Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye. Love ya. I couldn't keep fucking with her.
She's trying to do her job and we got here acting like
Right,
rascals.
right. Acting like a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh, God, this smells good. Cook out, here we come. So I did a mukbang, not sure, a couple days ago at Captain D's, and I asked where I should eat at, and a bunch of y'all said, go cook out, go cook out. And I saw a couple comments that said, you better not fucking go cook out because it fucking sucks. So I'm here. And I'm gonna tell you if he's right or not. Alright, here we go.
Look at on here. Look at on here. Look at on here.
All right.
Looking on here, how many Cokes?
All right.
Now, how many? Ain't good that, but I know there's only one more Coke.
And it keeps our cups, Crystal. And we asked, should we go back to the drive-thru?
It's long.
We're fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours driving. You gotta think.
What are you gonna drink?
I'll just drink my cherry chick. And then and can you give me a swig every once in a while?
We can put 2 straws in it and drink it together.
Okay. We're gonna see. 2 cups on there. 2 cups on there. 2 cups.
And Cole's telling about the soda and the telling together the Dorito table.
And did I get a fork for my Dorito pack?
You think they treat you with better respect knowing who he was?
I think maybe he got starstruck. And wasn't thinking straight. You know what I mean? You know, like he was going to do a good job and he got starstruck over me.
And we was fucking with that, yeah.
Yeah, and she couldn't do her job because we're asking about traits.
She got negative.
Alright, let's see what's in here. There may be a fucking fork. No forks.
You want me running in and get 100?
What should we do?
I'll walk back in there. And while I'm down there, you can talk on your little TV.
Alright. You sure?
I don't think I got underwear on.
There. Well, just don't straight legs. They don't smell it. Hey, look, you go in there.
I'm gonna walk over down there.
Alright. And she don't like walking. So that's how I know she's mad. She walks anywhere, she's fucking mad right now. But she's a nice person. She won't ever go in there and be like, oh, we're going to, no, she'll go in there and she might be heated right now, but she'll go in there and she'll be as nice as possible. She'll say, excuse me, I need to get my, you know, she's real nice. She's real nice. Now listen, I gotta order more food than this. You know, I want it like, but I'm not complaining. We'll try it. We'll see. Here's my shake. Let me turn this fucking air down. God. Let's see here. Air. Come on. Let's turn it down. There we go. Alright, I got the cherry shake. Let's open it up. This is what it looks like. Okay. It's thick. I don't want you to go through a straw, but I can so. So here we go. Oh god, my head. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. Alright, can't get through the straw. That ain't no shake. That's scoop of ice cream. That's good. That's good. But I love cherries. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. I'll give him that. That's good. Where's she at? She's in there, wall. Damn. Alright. I believe this is my brain trap. This don't feel right. Continuing the buffet by Crystal. It's tortilla, chicken strip, ranch, and lettuce. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, this is one of not only the most easiest and basic meals, but one of the best flavorful. So here we go. Alright. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Ranch is good. The chicken strip tastes fresh. Mmm. Mmm. Okay, Crystal, you alright? Mm. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, James, they're busy in there. I brought 2 forks.
I didn't know what happened to you.
They had that person in the actual area was in there.
Did they apologize or?
No, he looked at me like I was crazy. But,
That's not okay.
everybody was looking at him. Wait, in there.
Alright, here's my coat. Chris, I'll start with that job.
It's okay.
It felt weird starting without you, but I did open it up.
Is this not good up here? I'm going to continue. We'll be behind
We
schedule.
are my schedule. Oh, your onions look good. Oh, so this is my walking taco. Okay, look in there. It's got chips, meat, cheese, lettuce, and sour cream. Just like you have a taco, except you can walk with it. You can't walk with your other tacos. You have to set yourself. This one, if I want to get out of this car and make a fucking loop, I can do that with my taco. Because it's got a fork. Isn't that neat? Look at this.
So you can just go to like Walmart, get a bag of Dorito and have it.
And put your taco in it.
Oh, they put, okay.
Which is, I mean, which is amazing if you think about it. I just thought of that, you know? Look, man, tacos are mobile. I want to mobilize my tacos and put it in a real bag.
That's pretty smart.
All right, everything's small. That's just good stuff, the coleslaw. So I'm not happy about that. Crush that a little bit. Is it? All right, let me try to walk the taco here. Mm. Holy shit, that's good, Crystal.
We'll get that next time.
Oh my god. That's what a mobile taco looks like right there. Look, right there. What it looks like. Mm-hmm.
What if Doritos knows what they're doing with their Dorito packet?
They better get cut this. Because if I was real, I wouldn't get cut, I'd sue. But that's just me.
So sometimes, you know, when you watch TV program or a podcast, they'll say, this show's sponsored by, they should say, this meal is sponsored by Doritos. Or else they're trying to take all the credit.
Let's talk about Crystal. Let's talk about bar.
You get it on in there?
Yeah, get your onion ring. Ready? Look like you're shocked at the onion rings. Let me hold on, let me do another one. Let me do this. That's it. That'll do it. I'll have national ketchup and mustard for my corn dog, that's okay. I like it plain too. Okay, so far the walking taco is a 10. Just for creativity. And flavor. The flavor's pretty good. You know?
The honeycomb is really good if you want to try those things. Go.
Okay. And Crystal, we can make this at home. Like if we want to go for a walk or something, and we wanted to have a snack while we're doing it, this is perfect.
You know what I do though? I was just on that side. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sandwich like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just do a whole lot of. Ooh, this is really delicious.
Mm-hmm. That smells good too.
I'm an onion gal. I like onion.
Oh hell yeah. Let's answer the question.
I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. I just first I thought they were gonna be outside cooking. Okay.
I can see why I thought that, because yeah. But they have rooms outside, dark outside.
And then I thought we'd get tricks, so they're tricking us.
Alright. Next question. I thought this was cute. Danny, Crystal, how does it feel to be the baddest bitches? I'm not gonna lie. Feels good. I mean, what else can you say?
That's, I mean, feels good.
It feels great. You know? Because, you know, it doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, hey, Crystal, get in front of here.
Sorry, I'm trying to get that bacon on my burger.
This doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, and people don't think I hear them, but I do hear them. I'll be in, like, you know, an Ashley Furniture or Bed Bath & Beyond or something, and I'll overhear people who are like, yeah, that's that bitch.
For real?
And I know, yeah. Doesn't happen often, you know, maybe once a week or something like that. And I know they're talking about me because they're straight at me, and it's just, you know, I'm like, I don't say nothing, you know, but I know they're talking about me.
You don't say thank you.
Because they're talking to their friends, I don't interrupt. But I know they're talking about me, so it's just nice to be recognized.
I don't hear people say that about me. I hear about it. Hurry up, you're walking too slow. Get your scooter out the way.
Yeah. Listen, this is one of the best fucking things I've ever had, Crystal.
What is it? Taste of
It's got, oh, it does have cheese on it. It's flour tortilla, ranch, cheese, lettuce, and chicken strip. The chicken strip is fresh on.
Love all the ingredients.
But,
It's Coke. Hey, Coke, I sent me into a diabetic Coke. I love it.
I'm sorry, but the motherfucker that said don't eat it because it sucks, you can lick my asshole.
You probably put it on block.
Uh-huh. So this is fucking good.
It's Lord Coke. People just have so many opinions about restaurants, you know. You can't trust nobody.
Yeah, that's not good.
This burger.
Good. What's on your burger?
It's got onions, pickles, mayonnaise, and mustard, which I love the combination. Tomatoes, cheese. It looks like there's two patties. What's a good deal? What was it, $6.99 a piece?
Yeah, that's a damn good deal.
You can't get that at McDonald's.
So got multiple things here. Everything goes to tinfoil. Everything here, look, it's got tinfoil. All that. Let's answer one more question for Danny about Danny, Crystal, how do y'all feel about John Stamos saying he loves you? We have not addressed this since last time we had it. So, if you don't follow Crystal or I on Instagram, first off, fuck you. Okay, you should be fucking following us.
Yeah.
And you know that Crystal and I, we splurged and we spent some money and we went and had our portrait stand. Like it was really nice studios with like backgrounds and stuff. And we got shirts made that said we love John Stamos. And with a picture of John Stamos on there.
And I got to take my own picture.
Uh-huh.
So you go to google.com, type in John Stamos, and then there's another button you push it to images. You press that, and every picture you ever wanted.
Oh god, there's dozens. So we each picked our picture, had the t-shirts made, and then we had them printed and wore those to go get our picture made. Yeah, those on Instagram, you guys go see us. So anyway, we tagged John Stamos.
And the bottle did too.
And the bobblehead we had it in the picture. And y'all would not believe what happened to us. Not only the day we posted, but within an hour. John Stamos himself. Not a lookalike, not a fan account, not a impersonator, not a nobody. This was him. His verified account commented, and he said, "I love you, girls."
All those girls.
I just, you know, I know he follows you, Crystal. He knows you exist. But he commented that on my post, so he knows I exist too. You know?
We got dropped to our knees.
Oh God, I couldn't feel my arms for 12 hours. So you're asking how we feel about that? I feel like the Lord Himself, like if Jesus Christ had Instagram and commented on my post, it'd be the same thing.
That means he looked at our picture, saw our I love John Stamos shirts. Because clearly it said, we love John. There's no way he could have been confused about somebody else. We love John Stamos.
Yeah. So, I'm still, Crystal, sometimes I think about it, I just think, God, this is our life. John Stamos follows you.
At Tom's 1 hour.
No, he knows damn well it's wrong.
And I'm excited, so come with us.
I did a review where
Here we are walking into Tom's. There he is. Isn't he cute?
Oh, yeah, it's
so
cute.
Yeah.
And Kristen and I wore our We Love John Stamos t-shirt.
No, it's
Well,
not
we love John Stamos.
Yeah.
And get this, I also brought my John Stamos
I don't say I
bottle.
feel the same way. Make it a little more less clean.
I thought that'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And here is all the Tom's background.
Right. Now, since there's a chance that she's watching, you're not saying shit. There's no disrespect.
On every single one of these fuckers.
No.
And that's pretty cool.
That's for damn sure.
So here we are, we picked our background. We decided to go with something colorful, okay? So here we are getting ready for the shoot. And here's Tom posing us for our first shot. Now he's known for his poses, okay? He will pose you down to the inch. He'll tell you where to put your hands, how to tilt your head. See, there he is telling me to tilt my head.
That's what it is.
And he's great at that, man. And here we go, we're getting ready for the first shot. And there we go, looking cute. Air one, first shot.
Crystal moved to Nashville.
And there he is fixing Crystal's hair. And then he asked me to look down at her t-shirt
Jamie,
while
Crystal,
she
how's the
looked
food
in my
going?
eyes. And I thought that was funny.
So far, it's 10 out of 10. What about you?
It was hard for me not to laugh at that.
Hey,
And here he is just posing us some more. We did a lot of different
Crystal,
poses.
how often do you guys
And
speak?
a lot of cool
Listen, I'm
stuff.
not gonna sit here and lie.
And here we are back to back, which I love. That
Honest to
was
God.
really cool.
In my younger days,
He asked me to cross my hands, and I said, I can't do that, man. I don't want to cover up the John Stamos t-shirt. That's the whole reason we're here.
Okay, I
You know
can do
what I
that.
mean?
I'm 35. I just turned 35.
So we did a few more shots. He asked me to smile right there, so that's me smiling.
I couldn't quit if I tried.
And then he brought out this
Don't
really
touch it,
cool,
but
old-timey,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what it is. Looks like something you'd see in a Coliseum
So
or
here's the
something.
thing.
I would say
You know,
it's
something you'd
different
see,
in our DNA.
I don't know what it was, but it was really
I wish I would have known
cool.
that growing up. I would have said
That
those
thing
times.
that our elbows is on.
That's like saying, oh, you're gonna
And then we brought out the bobblehead. Got the bobblehead. Star. Doing that. And here we are just trying to figure out what to do with our hands. You know, we figured it out. And it ended up looking good. This is actually my favorite shot of the day, honestly. There I am smiling. And yeah, man, we had a great time. And at the end of your shoot, he likes to set you down and he will show you all the pictures. He will show you all the pictures that you choose. So you guys go to my Instagram to look at the rest of the shots. Alright, we had a wonderful time. It was lots of fun.
And she always had my back too. You know, she never said, that's not my signature. She, you know, the teacher would say,
Wow.
I remember this.
Oh, Tommy, this is so beautiful.
We believe that Jamie is.
Tommy, this is so beautiful. Sup? Sup? I said, what's up?
Let's open the case. Let's have it. Let's have it. Okay, ready? Let's get right over here. That's what it looks like when I spread my legs. Sometimes. Just real creamy like that.
Good that sound.
Yeah. Don't do that. Now this has got cheese and chicken. And don't have sauce. I'll try.
It's got a hot.
Oh my god. Wow.
Above and beyond.
It does have sauce in there. Almost like a sauce. You know, yeah.
It's got cream with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Christian Publishers.
You know what?
And it's an outlet too. Christian Publishers outlet.
What have I got there?
How do we name those?
Mm.
This is really good.
This is good. This is good. Very cheesy. They don't skip on the cheese.
Looks like they still have. That's a very cute.
And this place is open like all night. Okay.
The whole night. There ain't nothing around here open all night.
Some are open 24 hours, and then I was Googling and it said some are open till 5 a.m.
I was at the Sonic the other night. It said close at 10. It was 9 p.m. I'm sitting there eating. They shut out the lights for the whole place. I'm sitting there in the dark eating.
Crystal, I should have done that. I used to work on for 7 years. We never closed early.
I don't know if they closed early, but they turned every light off. And I tried to touch the red button to get, you know, say, get out here. The red button wasn't even on.
That would happen in my watch. I'll tell you that right now. All right, I got one more thing on my tray here, and I think this is a.
How did you get so many items in your
I don't. Did I get
You
a
ordered extra stuff.
Oh yeah, I didn't order it. So this is another.
Wow.
I didn't know about two. Do you want to try it? It's got rabbi.
Oh, Lord, I don't know if I can eat another thing.
Okay, you want to try it though?
I'll try it.
To do a review. Because I already reviewed that. Is you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, huh? You want to finish off that shit. Okay, what was your favorite item?
The burger.
Really?
The burger was good.
I think mine. I want to say the walkie taco because of the innovation, but if I'm just going flavor wise, I'm going to do the wrap. Let's answer a couple things before we.
I'll show my shake.
Talk to them.
There's real peaches in here. Let's drop this in there.
That's I can't believe repeats in there. I can't believe it. Okay, Haley, have you ever had sex on a plane? Motherfucker, I can hardly fit in the bathroom as is. You think I'm gonna get someone else in there and try to bend over? Not happening.
What about you, Crystal? Never had.
Well, but I tell you what. Once I hit 2 million followers here on YouTube, and I start making millions of dollars, guess who's flying private so they can fuck on the plane? Me. And I'll let you do it every month.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fly one.
We'll have to hire somebody. We got, we fucking can't drive a plane, fuck. Well, I guess we're good. You know? But once I hit 2 million, and I start, really bringing in the $1 million, I'm gonna buy a private jet.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah, that'd be real nice. Okay.
I was gonna say you just got had sex on every other kind of mode of transportation: train, bulldozer, steamboat, Amtrak, car, pickup truck, El Camino, station wagon, go-kart, golf cart.
There's one more. Speedboat.
Speedboat.
That's what's going on now. Yeah. Okay. I thought this was a cute little question. Hey, Crystal, what's your favorite pastry? I'm a muffin girl. I like all pastries. I don't know why. It's hardly good.
Always in the weekend. Cream, grocery store, gas station. You can glaze are good.
It's gonna be good. Okay, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with cream pie.
Is that considered pastry? You know where that comes from?
No, I'm talking about that has a great cracker.
Oh,
Crust and
like,
it's a cream.
I can pick up during the holiday season. It's delicious. Just got 3 5 now. Oh my god. Let's answer one question. We got a hot tail out of here. Okay? Jamie, Crystal, tips for being confident as a bigger gal. Well, Crystal always used to tell me growing up. You want to tell them?
I'll be my shake.
Crystal always used to tell me growing up. You know, she was telling me since I was in Dearborn. I think it's my first time. You know, you say that. She told me, hey, when you grow up, men love fat pussies. So don't worry about your weight. And that always stuck with me. That always stuck with me.
And they do.
Oh yeah.
They might try to play games and, act like they don't want to see you, but they don't deserve it. There's a saying that goes something like, fat girls are like mopeds. You want to ride them, but you don't want your friends to see on them. Now that's terrible. You meet a guy like that, you take him to dirt. As far as tips on being a big girl, I'm telling you, ass is back, baby.
She ain't wrong.
Ass is back, belly's back. Guys love bellies. They love fat booties, they love ass,
Yeah.
they love thick thighs.
Yeah.
They don't really matter what a man likes. It's about loving yourself.
Exactly. And just getting your nut. You know what I mean? Me and Crystal, we fuck 10s. Every fucking day of the week. We're both bad as fuck.
We don't settle.
Okay? Know that.
You think you're on your deathbed, maybe you got rewards in your leg. You just think, should I have wasted all that time worrying about my size? And you'll say to yourself, no. Just think about that, and it'll help you be in the present moment with the body that you have.
And with all, dude, here's how I look at it. With all the shit going on just in the world, with life and all the problems in life and all the stress in life and all this, you're gonna worry about that? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
And if somebody is worried about it, it's road, Jack. See in the streets.
Exactly. Exactly. Alright guys, that's enough things for today. Please go follow us. I post on TikTok, I post on Instagram, post everywhere. So I'm gonna put mine and Crystal's information down in the description.
Don't
Please.
blink, it's your boy
And
Ian.
next up,
Welcome
you
to
say, slam
the
that
show.
subscribe button.
Everything will
Slam
have
subscribe
a
button.
wonderful
Subscribe
day
button.
on
Because you didn't mention the next thing I
6th March 2025. It is beautiful, beautiful,
Exactly.
beautiful day outside.
You'll get excited.
So I think I'm going to be working out quickly and I'm going to do some videos. We didn't just wake up, we had to post some videos, so that took a long time.
Please
But
let us know
hey,
what
that's pretty much it. So
Okay,
after we're
we're
done,
Video
let's
Christian,
continue
so be on the lookout
the
for that.
rest of our day.
Bye.
Bye.
Quand l'innovation demeure le meilleur carburant, à n'offrir que le meilleur de nous-mêmes et se rendre encore plus loin grâce à un rendement énergétique inégalé. Ça, c'est moi. Voilà comment on a construit l'Elantra de Hyundai. Parce que comme vous, le roi n'arrête jamais.
You've always loved making things. You could say, handmade is in your DNA. So, when it comes time to share some exciting news, you make it personal with Cricut. From a family announcement to a new generation to carry on your traditions. Cricut. Make moments into memories.
Hey guys, Dean here. I got my cousin Crystal with me today. Shout out Crystal. And I'm taking Crystal somewhere she's never been, somewhere I love, somewhere that you guys haven't asked for. John Beats. Okay? So I'm excited about that. But before we get into our love train, let me tell you about today's sponsor, AdamandEve.com. Okay? Listen, you guys know I'm all about Adam and Eve. People ask me all the time, AdamandEve.com. And they say, wow. I said, well, don't you like busting nuts? Because I know I do. And they always say, yeah, I love busting nuts. Well, if you ever need help or anything regarding busting nuts, AdamandEve.com plus me. Okay? They got flip figures, rockers, dildos, butt plugs, sex furniture, okay, which I've been into today. I didn't talk about that one. Anything that's gonna help you bust, AdamandEve.com has it. Okay? And they love me so much, I'm gonna go customer because you guys, that's right, my friends and followers do this. Okay? Go to AdamandEve.com and use code Andy, and that's gonna get you 50% off any one item, most items on it, okay? And free shipping. And that's pretty good. That's 50%. Most will just give it 50% off. They don't do it with any free shipping. So the fact they're doing this is wild. Okay? And I appreciate that a lot. You get 50% off almost any one item plus free shipping. Okay? And if you love busting that, you're gonna get your code. Anybody else? Okay? Use your code, right? You ready to look back? Here we go. Oh, they got chicken. Okay, let me put you on my son. Oh, everybody's sitting here. There you go. They got chicken sandwiches. How you doing? I'm good. Hey, give me just one minute. I'll make a decision. Thank you. I'm good. It's good food, chicken food. And then thing like this is kind of, that's what I'm doing. And go to the hospital. I'm good. I'm gonna go wrong. Okay, I'm ready. Y'all can get a 3-piece chicken and soda. Yeah. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Yeah, upgrade that to one of the pineapple quenchers. Give me 2 peach mango pies. And you gotta give me a spaghetti. Yeah. With hot cell. Yeah, and then I'm also gonna get I'll do a chicken sandwich. Paulo, yes, with the fries and gravy. No, okay. No, take it. Opinion, Dave. Okay, that'll be me. Thank you. You guys are not good. Oh, well, you're in for a fucking treat. Say that much. I'm serious. How you doing? Good. Hey, can I get a couple extra forks? Thank you. Thank you. All right. First off, do it. I'm happy about it. Thank you. I can't be mad because I didn't ask for a large. That's on me. It's very nice. Hey, got a piece of color. I got my pineapple punch here. I'm sorry. Here we go. Jesus, fuck, that's fresh. Yes. That's right, because that fresh pineapple. You got tacos. It's fucking good. Thank you. That's it, thank you. All right, thank you. Why are you joking? Crystal, that's good, huh? That's like the best thing I've ever tasted. Streetwise.
When you get the little cans of Joel.
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like, but fresher.
That tastes fresh. I feel like I'm in Hawaii or something. You know, the fresh pineapple. I never experienced that yet. That's what I imagine. All right, let's go ahead and find us a nice park spot here.
What's a medical mall?
Medical mall. I don't know. Maybe it's like a mall for medical supplies. Like, you know, a mall has like a clothes store, you know, players and stuff. Maybe it's for like syringes and stuff. I don't know.
A syringe store?
Yeah.
Blood store?
All right. Okay. First things first. All right. Listen up, everybody. If you go to a John B's, get the pineapple quench. Okay. Damn. Damn, that is good. Can y'all see Crystal?
I never worked on sitting around.
Well, our camera's not big enough. We need to get us one of those really nice Sonys or something. Okay. So this is mine. All right. And you got the thumbnail, of course. There's my mashed potatoes and gravy.
Right.
Extra side gravy. There's my spaghetti.
What in the world?
That's my spaghetti. Okay. And here's my, it says rice meal, but here's my chicken.
Get the little
Thanks.
bags.
Yep, it says spicy. You want to do a thumbnail?
Sure, I'll hold up this pie right here.
Got it. I go back through before we give you
Yeah,
another.
y'all wanted to.
I'm dead serious.
Y'all make that, as Jim would say, make that bitch large.
Make that bitch large. Exactly. All right. Here's your fork to try my spaghetti, which I want you to try first.
That is a quality fork.
That's thick. They spent money on this. That's thick. They didn't get this from Dollar General. That's like a Target glass fork. And y'all asked some really good questions on Instagram. But before I get into the questions, I really want Crystal to try the spaghetti. Okay. Okay. So Crystal. Oh Lord. Mix it up. There's little hot dogs in there. If y'all haven't been to Jollibee, it's hot dog and the spaghetti sauce and there's cheese on top. Now this is I'm gonna say, I may be wrong, but Korean fast food, and this is their version of American spaghetti, and they nailed it. They nailed it.
I always thought that the Filipino spaghetti had hot dog in it.
It's not Filipino. You may be
I
right.
thought people were right.
She knows everything. So go ahead, dig in there. You're gonna lose your shit. And be honest with me. Don't tell me what I want to hear.
I'm gonna be honest, because I'm not affiliated with these people at all.
Yeah, no, they're not paying us.
I don't have a brand deal.
No, they're not paying us shit. And we had to pay.
And I got a little hot dog.
Dang, I told you. Crystal, I told you.
When you go through and get another pineapple butcher, give me a box of this. Not the skinny.
I told you. You take that home, you're not separate. I told you. It's good.
Who would have ever thought a box of spaghetti would be tasty?
I would never thought it, but it is. Let me get some here. God, it is so fucking good. Ooh, it's steaming.
They weren't playing. The little fry thing is so cute.
Oh my God. But, damn. Wow. Great spaghetti. This is what great. This is what they got.
I really got impressed. I thought for sure this one tastes like absolute garbage.
Mhm.
You don't put spaghetti into a box and send it out to people to eat.
Yeah.
What they do?
They figured it out. They figured out the right way to do it.
They're probably never as nice as me.
I mean, when I tell you, it's real sweet. The spaghetti sauce is sweet. It's not really, you know how some spaghetti sauce is like real tangy, like tomato and garlicky, vinegary? This is sweet. Almost like they put down sugar in there or something. You know, and that's how I like my spaghetti.
I don't know why they're thinking it.
That's something.
Chicken sandwiches.
Damn. Alright, open up chicken sandwich.
Look how tiny that bun is.
Well, you know what? Why it's shiny?
Butter?
Butter. The bun butter.
Oh. I don't know if that's mayonnaise or some sort of signature sauce. We're gonna try it. Oh my God. Oh. 10 out of 10.
I'll give her Raptors.
Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. The one that's Tiger Strong.
Raptor chicken sandwich.
Why do you never come here? You want to taste it?
Yeah, I'll take a bite.
Rock your world.
I'll take a bite.
Fresh and delicious.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying you would never come here.
Very much good. But, let's go ahead and answer a question. I had so many submissions on Instagram. I picked a few good ones, okay? First question. Danny, Crystal, is it rude to ask for 4 waters in the beginning of a restaurant with 2 people? Okay, well, hang on to this one. Answer at the same time, or you just want to go into it?
Are we going to say yes or no at the same time?
Yeah. Okay. Count 3. Is it rude or not to ask for 4 waters for 2 people at the beginning of a... Ready? 1, 2, 3. No. No, I think if you're thirsty, and you know when you're like dying of thirst and you go to a restaurant and you're like, you can't wait for them to bring your fucking Coke and your water or whatever, and you know damn well that as soon as they set it down, it's going to be gone in 6 seconds.
And then they're going to be gone.
And they're going to be gone. And they're going to come back for 5 minutes and you know damn well they won't.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to want the 2 waters up front. And I don't think any waiter would understand that, because they're normal people too. So I don't think that's rude at all.
I think it's definitely helpful to the way.
Exactly.
And also, on it, when you're carrying them on trays, 4 is easier to balance it 2. So 2 just makes it right. 4 you can put in a clover shape.
It's even. It's even. So no, I don't think that's rude at all. And that's a great question.
If anything, you're being thoughtful in the way you do that.
Exactly. Alright, so here is the little mashed potatoes, okay? Okay, and it's got gravy on it, they smell amazing. It's steaming hot, like my pussy. Sometimes I will spray my legs and I'll see a steam come off it. And I don't know if that's a smell steam or a heat steam, but I'm assuming heat, but I don't know how ours works. Go. She's a squirter.
I'm so sorry.
Crystal, you squirted ketchup on me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, because you know what? You got it on my skin and on my cloth. If you got it on my cloth, I'd be raising hell. But you got it on my skin, I just walked it off. But you were squirting, Crystal.
It's squirting in the long.
It's okay.
I always feel so bad when I do that.
She squirts all the time. Okay, we'll try my mashed potato.
Jim, what are you talking about? Oh.
Oh, damn. That's good shit. That's good. Great flavor. Doesn't even need salt. Damn! I don't eat all these stuff. Okay.
Shit.
I know. That's the best shit I've ever had.
What is chicken joy?
Home of the famous chicken joy. I don't know. I don't ask questions, I just eat. Yeah, you're right. Let's answer another question before I eat my chicken, okay? Okay. Great question. Tammy, Crystal, are you guys gay? No, we're cousins. We're not gay. We're cousins. First cousins. And we've never done anything sexual, especially with each other. We've done sexual stuff with other people. Her especially.
In the same room.
Yeah, never together. Because that's weird. She's my fucking cousin. Don't ask that shit again.
That's weird.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna dig into this. And they put little flags on. Look. I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna keep that. Take
I'll
that.
stick one on each stick.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, I'm gonna dig into this leg here, and once I get the crunch, okay? Well, those are connected. They're connected. Whoa. You know what? That's how you know those skins were connected. That's how you know that each 3 pieces came from the same fucking bird. And listen, I love KFC. I'm not talking shit on KFC. But you go to KFC and you get 3 pieces. That piece is coming from a chicken named George. That piece is coming from a chicken named Elizabeth. And that piece is coming from a chicken named Tanya. At Dolly Bean, you're getting the same fucking bird. Now I don't know if that makes a difference taste-wise, but it's a nice sentiment to have. Right? All right, I'm gonna dig in here. Straight up into my leg. Here we go. Ready? Go on with that. Okay. Here we go. Jesus Christ. You have one of these more.
That skin looks delicious.
You some.
You have an extra? I'll take one.
Take a bite. Damn.
Damn it. I was hot stuff. Hang on a bit.
You got your sandwich?
Oh, it's okay. We can take a couple hairs.
My God.
You need a napkin?
I really want to try this.
It might be too spicy. Okay. Yeah. Which one do you want to try?
Get on that with me.
I'll take this small one.
Look, good punch. Look, connected. They were connected. They were connected. Say that, yeah, say that too.
First, I'll try the skin. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You tell it deep fried. It's bacon.
No, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. skin into my gravy. Okay? Let's answer another question real quick. Tammy, Crystal, what fast food restaurant has the best fountain Coke? Want to answer on count three? Yep. 1, 2, 3. McDonald's. Hands down, the best formula. Yeah. Liberty have narrowed that down perfectly. And I know what they do. I know it's a big secret. I know what they do. What? I've seen the documentaries from it. They got cold syrup. So they keep the syrup cold, the Coke syrup. Then they have specially infiltrated, what's that called? The water. They infiltrate. And they got a special tank for it. Put it together, right mixture. I don't know if it's 90, 80, whatever. It's the infiltration that's important. I didn't know that. Wow. You know what's more documentary. They nailed it. That's for sure. They fucking nailed it. Who's got the worst of that? Yeah, I'm gonna say two Burger King. Burger King got worse everything. Alright. Tammy, Crystal, thoughts on gaping? The protrusion of the asshole to appear like a rosebud. Listen, at first I read this and I didn't know what he was talking about. I said, what's that? And then I googled it, and then I remembered Crystal used to gape. She showed me. So she knows more about gaping than I do. I know for you spread your butt and so wide, it looks, you can make it look like cartoon characters and stuff like that, plants and stuff. That's why they say rosebud. And she used to make hers look like Tweetbird. And I make it look like a tulip once. Yeah. Because anybody can make it look like a rosebud. Yeah. Because actually, Bo's gonna do that. Right. A tulip, though, that takes some contortionist skills. Right. And there's a whole community of people, not only on Facebook, but other sites. Twitter, where people dedicate their lives to gaping. And I'm one of the more, I'd say the founding member. I'm not the founding member, but I'm pretty up there. You were the early ones. Before it became a Pornhub search engine, you built it. And it was underground. And now everybody, oh, I gave. Well, I was gaping when it wasn't cool. Yeah. You know? Exactly. I got to make it cool. Right. Exactly. One time, we lined up 4 of us. 4 guys. And we each did one of the faces on it. What's that thing called? Mount Rushmore. We used to do Mount Rushmore. I remember that because Randy took y'all took Polaroids of it. She took the church or something. Right? Yep. I remember that. I had 8 weeks in the smile. I'll never be able to get that beard and the hair. And somehow I did it. And honestly, I remember when all that gaping shit went down because I was too young to do it. I was like 8 or 9. You know, you don't need more to wait till I was at least 12. Really? And I remember she doing it with all her friends and stuff. And I just, and I looked at the Polaroids and stuff. And I just remember thinking, man, that Chris was so cool. You know, like, I really looked up to her, you know? And, well, everything he did was cool. He fucking did gaping. Who else's cousin does that? Nobody. I thought it was awesome. Okay? Alright, now I'm gonna dig into the, gravy here. That's right. That's right. That's pure. I'm gonna take some skins. Here. You want this one, babe? You stick it in here if you want it. Okay, it's too hot for you? I just sometimes wish I had an extra hand. Okay. Can you imagine? The rubs right there. I'd be able to put a finger in the butthole, a finger in the pussy, a finger on the... Damn. Alright. Oh my god. My god. I'm defeated. You know, I had a show, stand-up show, and I swear to God, I kid you not. Somebody walked up to me and they go, I think I said this in my thing, and they go, Danny, is y'all gonna be really your favorite chicken or are you just saying that? I don't just say shit to say shit, especially about food. If it's the best I've ever had, then I fucking mean it. Damn. I don't need a question. Why would you talk to somebody and say that? I don't know. They're taking a meat read? Yeah, they're saying a meat read. Spend your time loving it. Instead of making accusations. Hug me, don't make accusations. Maybe they want to give you gift cards and things you like. That's your thing about that. You're right, I didn't think about that person. Well, maybe they have chicken, they have jelly bean, they have cake. Yeah. Did you follow that? Well, I sure as hell just jumped to conclusions. My bad. She probably took a gift card from me. Forget her. Yeah. If you're out there, you can go ahead and send it out. We know what's up. You can go ahead and send it to me in my P.O. box. Because I will use it. Okay. Give me this shit here, get it ready. That's fucking good. That is fucking good. That's why I should have large. I'm almost out. I'm not happy about it. Let's answer another question. Alright. You can, because I got something I want to show. I forgot. You want to show what you got now? Go ahead. Crystal, I forgot I had something I want to show. Go ahead, you go first. Guess what, everybody out there? I got myself a new figurine. And I present to you, Claudia. Claudia the Clown. She's cute. Now, she is limited edition. She is number 550 out of 635, which means this is worth a lot of money. Only 635 were ever made. Ever. She got one. Now, she is a retired circus bear. She used to be in circus, then we decided, hey, that's cruel to animals. Yeah. Don't put them in circus. They can wear tutu. And sew a patch on her actual leg. Yeah. They didn't just put it on there, they sewed it onto her leg. Yeah. That's why she kind of looks sad. But things look right for her because she's not in circus anymore. I'm not in circus anymore. Look at me, I'm a free bear. I don't have to turn the ball on my foot anymore. But she's not bear for that. She's cute. She's cute. She's rare and worth a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money. So next time you come try, I'm gonna start doing tours of material again. Yeah, I'll come in and charge $1 or $2. Like a museum, because you got enough in there. You can probably have a museum or something. And this will be sitting in front center. It'll have a little thing on a tour like this. One of those, yeah. She got to have one of those. Because she has that side too, because she's wearing her little cape. You guys see that? Hand painted. Yeah. This wasn't created in a machine. This was created in a human hand. Wow. And I'd love to get together with the other 600 people. Hey, it's her club. Let's start Facebook. We'll find it. We'll find them. It says, you take center ring with me. That's a reference to a circus. That's one of my favorite figurines of yours. Hands down. Hands down. She's trying to build back up her figurine collection from when it was fucking kicked down. Not Rodney. She lost over half of her collection. And that happened about almost a year ago today. Did you realize that, Rachel? No, I didn't, because I tried to block it out. I know. Look at that little thing. Look at her little bow up there. Sitting on top. She's cute. She's cute. She's trying to rebuild back up her turtle cabin. Okay? Now I got something I want to show. And this is mine. This was given to me as a gift. Someone at the stand-up shows came to the meet and greet line and brought me this. Okay? Close your eyes. I don't think you have one of these. Hold on. It's like a box. It's in a box. It's a collector's item. Oh my god. It's a big time collector's item. And there's no telling how much money it's worth. Is it a vegan baby? Nope, you better. Oh, really? Cabbage patch doll. Nope, you better. Alright. Open your eyes. Is that John Samuel's baldhead? And he's going, oh my god. Yeah. It looks just like him. Yeah. Well, somebody came to the, it looks just like him. Look, twins. Somebody came to the meet line and they said, Tammy, we love you, we love Crystal, and we know that Crystal loves John Stamos, so she gets all the John Stamos stuff. But you like John Stamos too, right? And I said, hell yeah, I like John Stamos. Not only do I like him, I fucking love him. And they said, we got a gift for you. And they gave me this. Yeah. That is real.
Real noise. That's real noise.
Chez Home Depot, on est là pour vous donner un coup de main. Alors, quels que soient vos projets cette saison, faites-les passer.
I'm always because I know my stuff, and I believe.
C'est bon. Crema yogurt, so creamy and indulgent, it's green-indulgent. Crema, your craving.
432. Tammy, this is probably worth a lot of money. Huh? Huh? Well, you know. There's some people in jail. There's people that organize soap.
Hey, John Stamos, do you love us?
There's people that organize. Let's have a flat in the yard party.
Hey, John Stamos, do you want to eat our
The
cookies?
cool, the good people.
Yeah,
Fun fact, most of the people.
So I thought this was really special. And, wow, that is really impressive how that looks just like him. Yeah.
No, I don't believe in coins. I don't believe in luck. Well, I think there's something there, Tammy.
Yeah.
I know you're pretty smart
So
out
sorry
there.
about that. I got little John Stamos. It's gotta be somewhere. It's gotta be somewhere where it ain't gonna get knocked over or stolen. Because that's worth a lot of money. And if somebody walks into my house and they see that, their hands gonna get real sticky real fast. Never catch charge. Because I will catch charge. Exactly. I'm gonna catch charge. I'll fight to the near death for that thing for you. If I see somebody walking in there and they try to grab it, I know. Lights out. I know you got
But
it
I'm
out.
like, ha.
Stupid. Especially if it was a priest or a woman of God. Because you're not supposed to fuck you over like regular people. You expect regular people to fuck you over. You don't expect priests. Right. Right. Let's answer a couple more questions and then we're going to get into our beach minds. Tammy, Crystal, if you could have a threesome with the third demon, who would the third person be? For me, they'll probably her husband the king. You know, if you're a fucking queen, might as well fuck the king right there. You're only going to get this out once. Right, you know. I'm speaking out there. You know, if you're going to be sitting in the queen or in a threesome, you're not going to want to pick some dude you made at a fucking bar who can hang out with you all night. You're going to want to fuck the king too. Her husband. Yeah. You know, I want her much on my squad. Like you know, I don't know, we'll take something. I haven't thought this out yet, but, you know, no, maybe if I'm her, you know, I don't know, do that, she's funny. I was going to take this. Yeah. Well, she's like, you know, we're in my something, that's what we say. What about you? Who's your favorite? One of the butlers, that was fun. A butler? Yeah. I think I'm trying to think any English people I know, and the most pronounced is Mr. Bean. That's like Mr. Bean and Queen Elizabeth, and then Mr. Bean, of course, don't say much, so he can just be doing the hard, dirty, selective thing and pumping. Crystal, what about Spice Girl? Or Adele? Yeah, I know she would. She follows me on Instagram, but not on her main account, on one of her burner accounts. It's Adele, but it says like David Bixby. She's got like 40 followers. It's not her, you know, her main account, but it's her. She follows me. Yeah. Pretty wild. I think Adele or maybe Spice. Yeah. Did you know she was on Right. Okay. Let's settle one more question. Let's answer one more, right? Adele follows me. Yeah. Okay. Tammy, Crystal, if you guys ran a trailer park together, what would the name be? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I may not be able to come up with a name real quick, but I'll tell you what, if it's the coolest fucking trailer park, that world's ever fucking seen. I'm talking, community hot tubs, puff, beer vending machines that are free. That's included in your rent or something? Yes, like a trailer park tax. We're talking, you know, a community, gigolo. You know, what else? I think you have to have mandatory golf carts. Yeah, or kitties or something on dick.
Oh, so a dick.
Yeah.
And with the two little balls being hot tubs.
Yes. You guys, this is something we think about on life. Tammy Sherburne. And that might be the name. Tammy Sherburne. You know, everybody wants in. Everybody wants to get a piece of Tammy's Sherburne. You know? So.
Would you have mandatory white times a night or just balls to the wall all night?
No, I get balls to the wall all night, but I would give out free earbuds.
Oh, that's
As a respect.
respect for the elderly people that live. Yeah. But if you ever open it, I'd like to retire.
Well, you know, if my banks keep doing well and keep making money, it's a possibility, Crystal. I don't want to get you excited or nothing. I don't want to get nobody excited, but it's definitely top of my list and it's definitely a possibility. If you keep watching.
Well, let me just say, please keep watching, everybody, because I'm getting elderly and I don't want to live alone. I want to live in a community of people, like-minded individuals, maybe even swingers community or trade.
We're gonna have that too. We're gonna have that too.
At the trailer park? Yeah. Well, hell, then I'm gonna have to live in two different places.
And no fucking kids allowed.
No kids.
You want to try our pies?
What if somebody had a really hot adult son that's 25? That's still a kid.
Well,
you're like, this is my kid, but yeah, he's 25, he's hot.
then that'd be fine. There will be exceptions like that. Okay? All right, here's the pies. It's a peach mango. You're gonna lose your shit, Crystal. You're gonna lose your fucking shit.
This is how a McDonald's pie used to be. Thick fried.
Yeah, not no more. All right, ready? I told you. I told you. Told you.
McDonald's is dead to me right now.
That's fresh fruit. Look at it. That's fresh fruit. Tastes like it was fucking pig yesterday.
They just made it through Nevada. Oh, Lord, it's right around.
Damn, I'm telling you. Fuck. Jesus, that's good.
So we're gonna go back through here. 2 pineapple chillers. 2 things of spaghetti. 2 more fries.
I'll take one from Daryl.
There was some.
I don't need to get my butter. I'll be back a little bit.
We're good.
Shoot your doggies.
I love it.
Alabama, Arkansas. I still. Awesome. It's uncultivated, bruh. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to our show. This is Wolves having a wonderful day on this 6th April 2025. So we finished with the clips. Now we took a shower. So I was gonna go work out first, but I'm seeing this and this is really, really beautiful. There's also an hour left of sunrise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna film the video. I'm gonna be filming the mukbang. I'm gonna eat a lot, but still, and then I'm gonna be working out. So that is pretty much it. So yeah, a bit late, but again, with the clips I don't really have a choice, guys. It's every 24 hours, so I have to think about it, otherwise I'm skipping days, and I don't have days left to skip. I'm at 292, and we got 14 days left, or 13, is it 6 today? 13 days left. 13 or 12, because if it is on the 19th, I'm fucked. If it is after the 19th, I may be good, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So sorry for the schedule, the fucked up schedule. Once again, I'm a single man, I'm human. Sometimes I make mistakes, sometimes I have restriction, but as I guarantee you, we're gonna have the workouts. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy, peace. Shit. Okay. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to your show. Considering Wolves are having a wonderful day on this 6 March 2025. Today we're going to be filming the sunset. It is not the best sunset, but there is still a sunset. I want to film it. Going to be hearing me talking, be making videos. You know how it is, you know how we've been doing it. And that is pretty much it. So enjoy. Oh, shit. Alabama, Arkansas, I still love my mom and pop. Okay. Oh, yo, let's go. That is so freaking cool. They have something like this. Okay, good. Alabama, Arkansas, I still love my mom and pop.
It's a test. Oh, she testing us?
Sheila Pire. 6 4 2025. Good. Ooh, that's disgusting. There you go. Aha! Good? Is that good or no? Yes, it's good. That is good. Did I ask for that? No, I asked for the camera. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Hope you're doing well, because you're having a wonderful day. Whoa, that was a mess, but this is my first video in a couple of days. As you can see, we have the lovely tower sunset. We also have this. I was careful not to show you today's video. If you're doing well on the 6th of April, I say it twice because I do hope that you are doing well. Otherwise, what's wrong? Want to talk about it? Let me know. Today we're asking a question. And question, technically speaking, what is a question? A question is for research of knowledge, right? A question is, I'm wondering something, maybe if I ask around, people will know, right? Now, there's, of course, the usual and casual question: why is the sky blue? Why does my dad doesn't love me? How are you single, Ink? You're such a gilf. Which is apparently, Grandpa, I'm 32, so I got really bad genetics, I guess. Sometimes even ask me, people even ask me, is Santa Claus real? And then you tell them, I don't know, but then they show you a picture, and there's this random dude with a beard and a dirty white shirt hanging with your mom, and your mom doesn't want to tell you that that's her new boyfriend or side fling. She tell you that's Santa Claus. Who am I to tell you that your mom has been cheating on your dad for now years? Who am I to tell you? However, there's a question that we don't ask enough. What is the weather today? How are you? How's work? How was your day? Are you more of a Spanish salad or a manzanilla olive kind of person? Those questions do not get asked enough. If somebody asks me which one of those two I prefer, I would be like, this is such a good question. Why have I never thought about it? So as they say in French, let's dive in. Like a sailor, I had to nail her. Addicted to her paraphernalia, I had to tell ya. A little bit of Juice WRLD, because there's some olive juice. Is it related? Am I just making puns? Possibly. Who knows? So I'm going to be doing something disgusting. The first on the menu is manzanilla farcie, which is stuffed in French. I wanted to make it sound a bit fancier. Am I saying that French is fancier than English? No. Am I saying that most people that watch my video speak English and will find me being bilingual kind of extravaganza? Possibly. So something disgusting. Pretty nice, pretty noise. 99. I wouldn't do a shot of these, to be honest, but it's not bad. Now, for the pièce de résistance, a little look at the third eye. Those are noise. They're extremely salted. Extremely salted. However, you still get the nice little morsel of flesh. I was trying to click something, but my fingers are full of olive juice. Okay, fuck you. There you go. Wanna fuck around? Fuck you. The flesh is actually really nice. The little pepper has a little something. See, I love olive. And I do not like pepper. But when there's no pepper, I'm like, it's missing. But that was number one. Pretty good. Very salty. Very tasty. Like I said, I would put this in a salad. I wouldn't eat these on its own. I said bad stuff because I do like olives. Fun fact, me and my mom love olive. We love cucumbers. We love mushrooms. My father doesn't like these. So culinary speaking, I am 100% DNA my mom. A Spanish salad. If I knew how to say it in Spanish, I would have done it. I would have said a oliva de salada, but I don't know how to say it in English, in Spanish. I'm not gonna pretend like I know. So the second taste has a little bit of juice felt. It is completely different. I gotta say, this video was a bit of a mockery, of a bit of a joke. If I'm being completely honest, it was a bit of a joke. I'm like, dude, they're both olive. Who gives a shit, right? But they're completely different, right? So now we have a olive without the pepper. Now with these one, olive pepper on the bottom. See, this is amazing. This is amazing. Hands down. Wonderful. It is so filled. And all the top olives are broken. These are much, much, much tastier. The juice is better. They're bigger. It feels like a more flesh. Like, I just saw this Tammy video. Should I touch Tammy? And we're asking the age-old question of, that's a GMM term. Yeah, your boy's cultivated. Are you more of a legs kind of gal or a breast kind of gal? And we're saying, well, I love the meat of the legs, but I like the skin on the breast, right? I'll be completely honest and say that I don't know. I do not know. Well, look at this. These are so freaking good. They're very akin to one of my favorites, which is Kalamata. This is really good. Hands down. I'm sorry to say, but this is winning by a landslide. Now, originally I would have been like, oh, they're very similar, but it doesn't matter which one you prefer. You prefer the one with more. Well, if they were similar, you would have went with the one that you like the most. You prefer a strong olive taste or a strong pepper taste. The smaller the olive, the stronger the pepper. They're not bad, but these are really good. I think the difference here is the juice in which it marinates, but it's also the fact that for the first one feels really salty. There's not a lot with the salt, so you get the pleasure of tasting the flesh. You get the pleasure of having the pepper. The other one is just a really good experience. So the first one was gonna be, hey, doesn't matter which one you like, right? They're both olive. And I gotta say, these are phenomenal. Big winner. Spanish salad. Whew. Crazy good. Yumsa. Tumbling. Yes, you boy Ying. Welcome to my content of the show. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys are having a wonderful afternoon, evening. It is almost sunset, so we were supposed to work out. But then I saw outside and I was like, this would be a shame to miss. So today we're doing a special taste test. A lot of people don't know a lot about my preference for snacks. As a kid, I wasn't really allowed junk food. So I turned to natural food a lot. So things like olive were a staple in the house because I love them. But also things like pickle, right? Pickle. Now we have sweet gherkin pickles. I never had these. These are no-name brand, which is save on the price, right? I'm a huge fan of pickle because, again, the cucumber is to me a very akin to a watermelon, right? And you just don't have to work as hard. So you're like, hey, well, this is a plus, right? The pickles are even better because you get the normal good taste, but you get so much more. These leaks, the other one leaked also. Holy. So I'm gonna do something disgusting. Na zdrowia. Okay. Very odd. Very, very odd. Can I have a a salty taste to it, right? It has a salty taste to it, a sweet taste to it, but it's not sweetness, which is sugar. It almost feels like it's normal sweetness, and there's some spices in there that I don't know what it is, but oh yeah, oh yeah, and it's so good. I love what they do here. They take the pickle when it's very small, and when you don't have the middle part, which is really tasty, really nice, really flavorful. I can't get over the taste of the juice. It feels so special to me, so unique. I'm tasting vinegar, I'm tasting sugar, I'm tasting a bit of salt. There's something herbal to it. I don't know what it is, but this is godly. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another show. I'm guys are doing well, having a wonderful 6th March 2025. Today we're doing a couple of videos. Why not? We have the tower, we have a beautiful sunset. Oh, did I just show you a second tower? What are the odds? No way. There's no way we're playing 3 towers right now, right? We are. Today we're gonna do a bunch of videos, all of them. Like I told you, this channel is more so about my day-to-day life. It's more so about my day-to-day feels. We're really excited about the work because we just posted a lot of CVs, right? Now there's pros, there's cons. I want to come here today and talk about why I think I was unhappy at most jobs. There's a couple of reasons. I know this is like kind of like a negative video, but I'm hearing a lot of people say how I hate my job, and then they ask you what did you hate, and they're saying that I don't know. Why don't you come on here and say, look, this is why? And I think that this year off of making content and having the best time of my life, right, is possibly something that taught me so much in a sense of that. So I think most of my life didn't really like myself. See, I had very and I'm not blaming anybody, right? I had very mama bear, papa bear parents. I don't think I was able to develop what I should have. It was this really weird case of they both would leave me alone for a while, and I would develop there. But then I was overparented, and when I was at evenings, I was like, okay, well, I just had so much liberty, and then I lose liberty, right? So it was a hard time to discover myself, right? And the time I discovered myself was a little bit later in life, right? And that little bit later in life, I think was a great thing because you're thrown into the world. I was literally thrown into the world with the apartment. Okay, well, you got a rent to pay. You need to work. Are you working enough? Are you gonna have to sacrifice some spending so you can pay your rent, right? That was a really cool experience. I think about this one a lot, right? But it's also the place where I learned to be myself the most, right? Now, technically speaking, the learn to be myself wasn't 100% because I was playing video games, I was playing A, B, and C, and I was all that I was doing. And it was kind of cool, but I did shut out the world. I did shut out myself. Instead of doing some self-research or some self-growth or some self-understanding, right? I turned to video games a lot. So again, this lack of growth, right? And why we're talking about that in the video that I said why I didn't like the job that I had, or most of the job that I had, I think it's super simple. I think in every single relationship, I think if you don't love yourself, right? If you don't love yourself, there's no chance that you're gonna be able to love the other person, right? And I think I was coming in with the mentality of my parents were such hard workers, and that's a fact. It did bother me because my parents were both such hard worker, but they were also both extremely loyal. My mom, she did 31 years at her job. My father did, I want to say, 36 at his job. right? And then it's hard for a kid who's always being told this to go for a job and think about, okay, well, this is gonna be the next 36 years of my life, right? Now, but most of the job that I had, I knew. So the couple of jobs that we had for ourselves, I really like. There was always something wrong though. For example, with the AW, it was really far. They would leave me outside at 12. The first bus was at 3. It's like, holy shit, I have to wait for 3 hours in the streets, right? There was this place also. There was as far as the job goes, it was mostly baking. Baking was a really cool job. It was amazing hours. It was really fulfilling. But you always had this salary, and there was no chance to make more money. So imagine thinking that you're gonna do 36 years there, at a shitty salary. Like, okay, well, I don't want that, you know. And with a lot of fear also. Like, for example, if you don't love yourself, or you don't think that you're enough, you kind of lean on other people. But both of the jobs that I tell you, even IGA to a certain point, IGA was really good, but I wasn't getting enough hours, right? IGA was really good though. I really like IGA. You tend to lean on other people, but those places have a high turnaround rate, so that means they're firing a lot of people. A lot of people quit. They're hiring a lot of people, so you're constantly trying to lean on new people, but they end up leaving. So like, okay, well, as I lean on myself, but yourself isn't ready to be to lean on yourself yet. I need myself to be there for me, but I cannot be there for me because I'm not ready. Kind of shit, which is absolutely insane to believe, right? And then I had the long ass time. I want to say I've had 4 years with the temporary agency. And you'll say what you want about temporary agency. I know they're not the best worker. I know a lot of them they don't care about the job. But I have to admit that at the end, I didn't care about the job either, because I was like, dude, I'm constantly being fired. I'm constantly being replaced, right? I get attached to these people, and then I'm left on my own, right? And there's also this very this bad mentality where, well, you're not my boss. My boss is the agency, right? So what you're gonna do, right? Which is stupid, but still. Now, when I had my job, people were nice. The last job that I had, people were nice. The first thing I said, and I mentioned it a lot, was the locker weren't locked. That's a huge thing. Locker weren't locked, which means people trust each other. People have been working there for a while, which is another good reason. If you ask around your new company, how long have you been working here, and most people tell you large amount of time, because they're staying there. They have good condition, or they have a good job. So we stay there. And for the first time, I cared about something more than just, well, it's a paycheck, right? And I really think that it's really hard to go in and say, hey, I'm not working for the paycheck, because you got bills to pay. The reality is you probably don't want to go to work. You probably want to stay home, watch a movie, chill. I do. I think you do too. But then you have to work, and like, oh fuck, I have to pay the bills. But then there's places that you gotta go, and like, what I'm excited to do at the job I am today. I'm excited to go back to work on Monday, right? So yes, so I think this lack of love for myself, this lack of self-love, this lack of self-confidence, right? There's also the thing that's very dependent. For example, I'm not very dependent in love, not very dependent in affection, not very dependent in attention, but very dependent on leadership, which is horrible. Your boss tells you to do this, your boss tells you to do this, the boss tells you to do this, and you do it, which is great. But you need a little bit of leadership. Like, okay, well, a bit of free time. What am I supposed to do? What should I do? What is the next step, right? And constantly being guided is not motivating. But it's something that you need, right? If you're not going to take the step forward, and people take the step forward for you, and you kind of blame them, right? I think that was a big problem. I think I never saw a job as a long-term job before. And before, if you told me I would work at PCT for 8 years, I'd have called you crazy. I'd have been like, no way. I'm going to do 4 or 5 years, and then I'm going to find a way to get another job, right? But I did 8 years, and that was great 8 years. Yes, there were some hard moments, but there were some of great moments. It was a fun job, you know? And there's day where, of course, I didn't want to go to work, which I think is pretty freaking normal. There's day where I would have been anywhere but at work, which I also think is pretty fucking normal. But all in all, I do think that this job was a really good job. And I think you have to have like a really good job. For example, right? And I always talk about a relationship when I talk about work, because it is a relationship. You're going to a place where you have to spend more time than your own wife, than your kid, you know, and you like, that's not a relationship, it's a job. No, it's a relationship, right? It's like you had 4 or 5 girlfriends or 6 girlfriends, and they all treated you like shit. All treated you like garbage. Then you meet this one girl who treats you kind of right. Like, wow, this is what I deserve, right? So you acknowledge that a job can be fulfilling. I think a lot of us have, again, this mentality of, I'm just here for the paycheck. And that's a good mentality because you are here for the paycheck, but it's also a bad mentality because you don't want to be here. If you didn't have bill to pay, you wouldn't have this motivation. You didn't have this purpose, right? So I think this is why I didn't like the other job. For example, I went to the job fair. And I was really excited to work. I was really, really, really excited to work. But I started looking around, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I went to the job fair. There's places where I was tempted, but I was like, would you do 7 years there? Would you do 10 years there? Would you do 15 years there? Would you do 20 years there? And there's a lot of places where I was like, no, fuck no, you know? And it's knowing what you want also. Knowing what you want. I think that's a big part of it. They keep going back to the, oh, I'm here for a pay. But what do you want? You want to pay your bills, you want to do a good job, you want to possibly get a raise, you want to possibly get better at the job that you're doing. Is there aspiration to what you're doing? Is there aspiration to what you want to become? Is there aspiration to what you can become? Or this is just a gig, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it being just a gig, but at the same time, would you? I think if you had this mentality, I think it's very short term. I think long term you'll hate yourself for being like, you'll hate yourself for being like, yo, I didn't take this seriously. And at the same time, you've been working there for like, for example, the same 20 years, right? My ex job was a job of meritism. So what happened was the better you worked, the more cash you get, the more raise you get, right? Now it was a system that was flawed because some people were more important than others. Some people had more responsibility than others. Then technically speaking, they would have a better salary than others. But then if you don't give others the opportunity to prove themselves, then you're never gonna get them responsibility. And if you never give them responsibility, you'll never get them the raise that they possibly deserve, right? So that was a bit of a flawed system. But at the same time, it was a great system because if you wanted more money, prove yourself, right? Prove yourself. A system based on meritism is very flawed because not everybody's allowed to have the same opportunity. But at the same time, it's actually really, really well. It's actually really, really good because yes, I wasn't allowed to have those possibilities, but when the change came, did I actually step forward and say, hey, I'm gonna take responsibility? I don't think we do that enough, right? There was these guys at my job, and it's so stupid, but that really opened my eyes, you know? I was there for a paycheck, I'll be completely honest, my last job. At the beginning, of course. And then these guys, they were eating sunflower seed, and they had the habit of leaving the sunflower shell on the floor. Now, technically speaking, it's not a big deal. You can have a couple of days of eating shell. You leave them on the floor. You leave it on the floor, and then say, okay, well, there's a kind of a mess here. I should pass the broom. Pass the broom. No hurt, no harm's done. But then the boss said, you guys have to start treating this like your home. You're here every single day, 8 hours a day, right? This is your second home. And that's when I realized, like, this is my home, you know? I fucking love these guys. These are guys of my family, you know? And, yeah, I think this is pretty important. I also think that this is a problem of society. For example, I do find that us Canadians, who are seemingly super nice, I do feel like this is a very individualistic society where you don't know your neighbors, you don't know who you're working with really. You're cordial, but you don't give a fuck about other people. You know, it's a system very, very prone on me, myself, and I. And I do get that, but I don't think teamwork. And I think a lot of companies, like I look at years ago, right? My father, my mom, they had so many team building activity, right? And that was important. That was really important because you build a team. And then when all else fell, you care about the other people that you work with, right? You care about the other people that you work with more than you care about the job itself, which is the case with the last job that I had, right? This is why we stayed for 8 years, even though I was depressed. Now there was like a little bit of a what should we call it? A little bit of a situation. You guys know in May 2023 we did the depression. So we had depression, and then with the depression I've had a choice. Am I coming back? And then the thought of the company closing in a year, because we knew 2 years before. We knew 2 years before when we were closing. And it was I wouldn't say a blessing per se, but it was something that really came to term. I'm like, okay, well, I just did depression because of the job. Am I really willing to go back? And then I thought about a year. I'm like, okay, well, let's end it in a positive note. Think about it, a year is not that much. A year is about 2,200 hours. So you do 4, right? 4 weeks a month, you do times 12, right? You do 40 hours a week. You do 160 hours a month, you do time 10, that's 1,600, and then you had 320, that's 1,900, that's 1,920, right? It's not that much hours. It's a crazy amount of hours, but it's not that much. So that's pretty much it. So I think this is why the job is I had issues loving the job that I had before. Now this video is actually quite important because it does mention why those jobs I could have been better. I could have but it's not important. For example, right? And I know this is horrible, but the relationship that you had in the past, do they really matter, or the relationship that you have right now is important, right? Now, ultimately speaking, some of the relationship you'll have with kids. Now, of course, relationships are important, but the job that I had, I had the best job ever, the dream job, but I didn't even realize it, right? It's all a question of perception. It's all a question of the right place at the right time. When you understand that, it's crazy. When your life will change. When you understand that, it's all a question of when, and if it is the right when or where. It's crazy. It's crazy. However, this is the end of the video. Love you guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Peace. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to Welcome to the Show. This is doing well. Having a wonderful day on this 6th March 2025. We are playing the tower. We're watching a beautiful, beautiful sunset. We're playing. We're doing this also. Today I wanted to make a video, and it's a video that I know I'm gonna hate myself for it, because it's a huge part of my life. It's a huge part of the content. But I've been watching myself a lot lately. My old videos, what I used to do, and I just realized how bad my consumption of energy drinks was, and how it affected me. And the thought came from, I have this friend, and she is autistic, and she does a lot of TikToks, and you always see her as having this chaotic energy, but you always see her with a monster or energy drink, right? And then you realize that this is all sugar, a lot of caffeine. And there's a time where I didn't need the caffeine, I didn't need that sugar. Now, of course, it's a part of me. I don't regret making those videos, but I look at those videos, I'm like, okay, well, I can tell that you know what you're talking about, or you don't know where this is going, because you got so much energy, right? You're just trying to spend it, right? I was intaking a lot of caffeine, a lot of energy, but I didn't have an outlet for that energy. So it would bottle up, and it would bottle up, and it would bottle up, Then I see myself, and I look like a, and I know this is over exaggerating, but I look like an addict sometimes, I look like I haven't slept. I look like I'm not doing well, and I can tell that it is the energy, or the thought of having energy. It's all the placebo effect also. Like, you have this energy drink. I'm tired, so I'm doing much better, but you weren't tired to begin with. So this extra energy that you have, that you think that you need, well, it's so for example, right? You start at a neutral 0, okay? The neutral 0 is you at your normal, and then you have you're tired, so you're at minus 10, right? You're at minus 10. So you take an energy drinks, and then you're minus 10. You add 20, so negative 10 becomes 10, and now you're doing good. But if you're already at 0 and you drink energy drinks, you're now at 20 versus 10. 10 is manageable, 10 is normal, 20 is hyper, you know? And I just see how it affected me, you know? And at the same time, you know, I haven't had a energy drinks in a while. Well, that's not true, we had one last week. But I've been having a lot left with them. And I'm going to be going to work soon. Now, what I'm afraid of is the job that I'm wanting, the job where I had the best interview, if you will. It's a 12-hour job. Now, that's hard. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing energy drinks to cope with that. But then again, it's a 3 days a week. So, and I don't know. It's just like, you know, you there's always this, I think the media you consume are going to be shaping your mentality. So I had this scene out of Trailer Park Boys where this guy was an alcoholic, right? And his boyfriend, because yes, they're gay, his boyfriend tells him, Mr. Leahy, you're drunk. And he's like, no, I'm not drunk. And then the guy films him, and then he shows him the video, and like, okay, well, I was really drunk, right? So yeah, so there's a video where I see myself, and I just feel bad because I was like, you self-sabotage without even knowing it, you know? I don't watch my own videos. I never watch my own videos because I'm super critical, right? It's like a actor or an artist who can have to look at his painting because you're going to be finding a lot of flaws in his painting, right? So yeah, so I avoid it, but I saw it and I was like, holy shit. So while we're doing this video, I think we learn from a mistake, right? I think we learn from a mistake. I think I've learned from watching the girl, and the girl herself, she's super sweet, she's super kind, but sometimes the videos that she does are super weird. I'm like, fuck, this is the surplus of energy. I know exactly how she is. I know exactly how it feels, sorry. And then I was looking at myself, and I'm like, well, you're the judge, dude. You did the same thing, you know? So just learning from it. You know, and a lot of people will say, a lot of people will delete video that they film. I don't really believe in that. I see where there's flaw. I see where I made mistakes. I see where, okay, well, you did this, that wasn't really okay. But at the same time, you know, you learn from them. There's a growth. There's a growth. People will look at this channel and in 10, 20 years and say, wow, this guy used to be fat, he lost some weight. Wow, this guy used to be uncontrollable, chaotic energy. Not able to control himself, you know? It's very, I want to say therapeutic. I don't think that's the right term. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Low storage already. How are we adding low storage? My Atlantis. What have you? My Atlantis. Shh, don't scream. Don't scream. Don't scream. Don't scream, dude. Okay, so now, am I able to delete some of the cache? Can I delete some of the cache, please? Please. Please. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Everything's okay? Yeah. Good. That's great to hear. Look at the weather, how nice it is. Pardon? Look at the weather, how nice it is. Yeah. It's a beauty outside. Excited about the election soon? Yep. That's awesome. What are you voting for? Oh, I don't know. I was gonna vote for Polyev. Huh?
Choose wisely.
I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
Eh?
I couldn't hear that. Sorry.
I can't hear.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said choose wisely.
Yeah. No, I was gonna vote for Polyev.
Eh?
I was gonna vote for
You gotta
Polyev.
choose the one who's going to do the least damage. Not who's going to do the best. Who's going to do the least.
Whoa, Justin fucked us.
Eh?
Justin fucked us.
Who?
Justin.
He's not running.
No, I know, but he fucked us with the economy.
He did not fuck up the government, okay?
The economy.
No, he didn't. The economy's pretty good for us.
I don't know. That's what I'm
We
hearing.
did well for the COVID under the circumstances. Everybody should be grateful.
I-
Everybody got something.
But it's hard because you hear so much of the media say, you know, this guy's better, you know. It's a bit harder, you know, because you're always influenced.
Anyhow, he's not running. He's out of the picture.
Well, I'm probably gonna be going with Polyev.
Well, you have fun because you got a lot of Trump in him. And you think Trump and him get together, you were going to really have shit.
Well, I don't know who else is there.
Come on. Don't come whining to me after.
I'll come running. I'll knock twice. Why are you coming out and talking if you're not willing to have a discussion? I don't understand people. I do not understand people, I swear. I swear I'm trying to, but I can't. Okay, so now... No. Life updates. Okay. So now, I'm quite confused. Are you really here? I'm starting something, I understand that you have no idea. Okay, that's good, we have it. Choo 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 choo. And those, okay. Okay, good. You guys, look at where we resolve. So, when you come to work, you guys know all you know, but doesn't care about emotion. You guys know all you know, but doesn't keep the current score. Will equate work with results. Okay. Okay. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to our show. Hope doing well, having a wonderful day on this 6th March 2025. Now this is a discussion that I have with my father today. Welcome back on the subject. It is absolutely phenomenal as a subject, and I wanted to share the wisdom of a old French Canadian because I think it's important. Dude, we just had a talk with my neighbors, and she's super nice, but she's like, because there's an election coming up soon, and we're talking about the election, and she's like, hey, who are you voting for? I told her who I'm voting for, and she's like, are you crazy? And then I told her why, and she said, it doesn't make any sense. So why ask a question if you're already expecting an answer? I don't understand. So my father, today we were talking, sorry, there's a little bit of rent. We're done, we're good. My father today was talking about something. We were talking about the making content, right? And he was like, hey, I understand how hard you work for this, but is it really worth it? And my first reaction was, again, a bit on defensive, but I understand where he's coming from, a place of care and worry. I understand that. But my first reaction was, you don't even know what I'm doing. You don't even know how hard I work. But he started out with, I know you're working hard, So then we were talking about it, and he said something that I want to elaborate on that is so freaking cool. He says, we don't know the value of hard work because nobody will admit that they aren't working hard. So, for example, you're going to take somebody that's lazy, and you're going to ask him, did you think you worked hard enough today? And I'll say, yeah, I worked hard enough today. But in your opinion, right, they didn't work as hard as you did. But in their opinion, they work as hard as you did, right? So it's a question of opinion, and opinions are not facts. So it's insane, the fact that you think that since nobody is willing to admit that they're not working hard, or they're hardly working, you have this desensitization of what is hard work, or what is the I don't know. It was such a good conversation this morning, because it was like, I don't know, my father is like, my mom, she'll give me great advice. My father's like more so talking about, he's like me though, because he'll talk about the sun, the morning, the weather. But then once in a while, I'll say something super profound and super thoughtful, and like, holy shit, where'd that come from, Not because he's a dumb guy, but because he doesn't express himself a lot. So it just was crazy to me to think that there was no value in hard work because everybody says they're working hard, So where do you draw the line? And who is to draw the line? Who's judge? Are they judge, lawyer, and executioner? That's the question. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to Video Computer Show. The doing Wobbs are having a wonderful day on this on this 6th March 2025. We got 20% battery. We got 15% batteries. This is my last video of the day. It's gonna be a very cool video. It's gonna be a little life update without being a life update. What I mean by that, a life update to me is, hey, I got a brand new house, or hey, I got a brand new job, or hey, I'm a father. Truth is, I'm probably a father. If you're one of my kids, call me. I've been waiting for your call for the last 23 minutes. Yeah. It's a life update because I felt like coming in and talking to you guys, because again, I do value you guys so much. And it's funny because I often think about how I talk about myself a lot, right? But then you guys are watching, and I think that you're some of you guys are living by cautiously, or by curious, not by curious, but there's a word for that. Through me, right? And I think I can it's easy to talk about the surface stuff. It's easy to talk about the tip of the iceberg. We're trying to talk about the iceberg that's beneath the water. So long story short, very short, we were just, I think this idea also came from the fact that there's nothing concrete about what's going on in my life. Well, that's not true. There's a lot of concrete stuff, but a lot of the new stuff isn't concrete. But it's also the fact that I'm talking about it so much with my parents that I feel like it's becoming concrete. For example, the weight loss. Tomorrow we're gonna have my second weigh in. First week was 15 pounds. Quite excited about that. So tomorrow's gonna be also something good. We did cheat this week. We had a Big Mac, we had a poutine, and we had ice cream. But this is the only cheat that I had the whole week. So that's not that bad. But at the same time, I do think that, so for example, what is the non-concrete stuff? Well, we had a job fair, and this job fair was a opportunity to get a job, right? That's why you got to a job fair. Now, is it concrete? It's not concrete. We've been starting to work. We've been starting to make more videos, right? We've been starting to make more videos because we're feeling motivated again. But again, you have those old videos that you haven't even posted, right? I have videos that are 2-3 weeks old that I haven't even posted. So how productive are we, right? Now there's this whole thing of people equate hard work with results. There's no result, there's no hard work, or there's no work. I just don't agree with that. But at the same time, see, it's crazy because you would think that the concept of making a video is the hardest part. Uploading it is also hard because you have to do the right time, you gotta do the right title, you gotta do the right thumbnail, right? And yeah, this is a bit of a newer thing to me to put in the work, you know, because technically speaking, before I had the excuse of I'm doing so many videos a day, I don't have time for thumbnails, I don't have time for this, that, and this. But now since we're doing less content, we're trying to upgrade the quality. We're not shifting to equality or quantity. This is actually something that I've been thinking a lot about. If the content that I wanted to do starting from now on, because we are almost exactly a month in. 4 years of making content, almost. And I gotta start asking myself the question of, well, are you gonna continue doing what you're doing? Are you gonna be changing the recipe? Are you gonna be doing something different? And if you're doing something different, what is the different thing? So it would be shifting between quality and quantity. But then I think about it and I'm like, well, there's possibly a time where you're gonna be a lot more motivated, I'm motivated right now, but there's always gonna be like a possibility of higher state of mind or possibility of lower state of mind, right? Your mood, how it affects how you work, right? So the concrete life update, it's doing so much, but actually finishing things, right? So for example, we went to the job fair and I'm super excited about that, and I'm looking forward to the thought of working to places that I applied. When you go out in the world and you're like, okay, well, I applied there and I applied there and I applied there, you don't really see yourself working there, but you apply because you need a job, right? Versus the job fair where there's nothing but choice. It's like having it's like going to the theater actually. So you go to the theater and like, I don't know which movie I want. Okay, 5%. Whoa. For 5%, I'll be right back. And we're low here too. Shit. Well, at least we had a climax for the weather, you know. So yeah, so you go to the theater, and you're planning to watch this movie, right? But then you realize, holy shit, there's also this movie, and I want to watch this movie, right? So your first thought wasn't bad, but then your second thought was like, okay, well, this is better, right? So the job fair, you kind of have the option, you kind of have the choice. So you're super thrilled about it, but is it gonna lead somewhere? I don't know. The weight loss we're doing. Yes, we're getting some concrete results. We lost 15 pounds last week. Tomorrow's gonna be the weight in. But where's the end part? Where's the concrete part? Like, for example, right? Something I did in my life a lot, right? And again, I'm not being negative. I know it's gonna sound like I'm negative, but I'm not. I'm just trying to be factual, but look at the bigger picture also. So, but my problem is, I've always been on the path to losing weight, but then I give up and I go back. So the 15 pounds, are we ever going to stop? I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, we're working out and I love working out. But if something was to happen and I would be depressed, I wouldn't be working out, you know? So it is reliant on the mood. The job is reliant on time and timing and opportunity, and am I lucky? Am I the chosen one? Did I do a good impression? When I talked to them, was I nice? Did I seem nice? Did I seem like a good worker? Right? Even making content, people. I got one of my best friends, Janice, who told me your content really changed lately. You know, and it's fun because I know why it changed. I know exactly why it changed. We have less energy because we're working out more. We're a bit more focused on other things right now. So yes, there's a lot less content, admittedly, but at the same time, it's a question of if it changed for him. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Fuck, we're at 5%. Is it a good thing? So if somebody said your content changed, did they change in the best way or did they change in the worst way? Was the original method the original method the best? So there's a lot of changes, a lot of things that are moving forward or moving backward. It's a period of uncertainty, but it's a period where we're trying to actively change things. We're actively working on ourselves. We're actively working to move in a certain direction. I gotta figure out where I'm going. I gotta figure out where we're what direction we're in. Are we in a good position or not? It's a lot of uncertainty, but I think with uncertainty come a really good thing, and I think with uncertainty come questions, and I think with question comes answer, and I think that if it wasn't for uncertainty, I wouldn't ask this question, and if I wasn't for asking those questions, then I wouldn't get. Oh, for fuck's sake, it closed. Okay, well, we're gonna have to stop here. Shit.